What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the Dawg House Podcast with your host, JayRod and
JDawg.
It is 2025.
Oof.
You know what that means?
That we are in the year of what? That Black Ops 3 was made in?
Oh.
Is that what that means? Is that what you were thinking?
Well, I was thinking we're in the year of... Wow, that completely threw me off. We are... Oh, that means the podcast has been running for a year.
Boom.
Hey, I remember when you dickhead said we wouldn't make it past 10 episodes.
And it's only going to be a year because this is the last episode.
So, whoever you are, get fucked.
Oh,
10
gosh.
episodes, my ass. We're a year in. Still strong. Thankfully, to Collie Buds keeping us in one piece. I don't know if you guys might have seen over on the B-Team YouTube channel, Josh and I, we did a little giveaway, dressed up as, we're feeling festive. We dressed up as some elves, wrestled a little bit, gave away some Collie Buds to people with, untouched ears. So people that, could potentially put these bad boys to use.
That was Operation Elf on the Shelf.
Yes, indeed. Went exactly as planned. It was a beautiful day. Good fun scrap. It was almost like we were in the gi.
That's what everyone kept saying.
Yeah.
They're like, oh, I got to train in the gi.
Yeah. It was a good time. You have since been away. I have not seen you since then.
Yes.
You've been traveling for the holidays.
Yes.
How was that?
So after our little wrestling match, Santa Claus kicked me out of the North Pole for being naughty. So I've been away for a while. I just went home and visited family. It's been a while since I've been home.
Yeah.
So I just went to Richmond, Virginia. Was there about a week. And then I went to Christiansburg, Virginia for another week after that. So I've been gone for about 2 weeks.
Sick.
Yeah.
And you had a good time just visiting family and everything?
Yeah, I had a good time. Got to see my grandpa. Got to go to Christmas dinners. Got to see a lot of my family that I really don't get to see or really talk to much. So that was good.
What were they saying? Good things or bad things?
There's only good things to talk about me, babe. No, everyone is super just... we're watching you, we're watching you.
Supportive.
Yeah, supportive, people paying attention.
Yeah.
And so we're making noise out here, baby.
That's good.
But yeah, so the Christmas Eve dinner, I had Christmas Eve dinner and a Christmas dinner while in Richmond, and then had another Christmas dinner for my fiance side of the family once we got to Christiansburg. A lot of food. You don't want to know what I weighed.
Oh, God.
Dude. I
need 175.
I was like 173.8.
Yeah. Fuck.
Fat. I was fat.
Fuck.
That was
chunky dog.
Yeah, I was chunky dog.
Chunky dog.
But yeah, I'm getting back down. I need to get back down to like 67.
Yeah. How'd you feel training today?
I felt good, honestly. I didn't really train too crazy hard today. I only did like 3 or 4 rounds. Yeah. Only one was like I was going hard. Other ones were only going too hard. But I felt fine. I was still able to roll while at home, so I didn't completely become just a sausage.
Yeah.
I honestly didn't get to roll as much as I would like to have. I didn't roll at all in Richmond.
Oh, really? How often did you train then while you were gone? You were gone for like 2 weeks?
I did all my training the second week in Christiansburg because that's where I trained before I came here. So where I trained before was I'm 5 minutes down the road from, so I went there every day. Once I got to Christiansburg, but in Richmond, I was just it's a little. I mean, y'all can probably relate, right? A lot of y'all probably went and visited family over Christmas, but you have this person pulling you this way, this person pulling you that way, and blah, blah, blah. And so you're only there for a week, so you feel bad saying no to anyone. So it's just like you're booked up doing a bunch of family stuff.
Yeah.
But one of probably the funnest things I did while home in Richmond was I went to a kids museum. That was just it's called Kids Empire. It was a massive playground, dude.
Just a playground.
Dude, it was so fun. It was this massive playground. It had slides. It had like multi-level nets that you could just like fall through.
Oh,
like
shit.
It had like a little soccer field somewhere mixed in the playground. Like it's multiple levels.
How do you find this?
I don't know. No. It was, so I went with my nieces, with my brother, my brother's 2 daughters. spending time with them because they don't get to see me much. So we went to the Kids Empire for them, but I had more fun than they did, honestly. We were like playing tag and stuff. I was sweating, I had swamp ass, freaking sweat coming down my back. I was like full on involved in this playground, and it was really fun. So I did that. That was probably the highlight of being home, honestly.
You FaceTime me at the top of some mountain.
Yes, I FaceTime my Pookie Bear at the top of a mountain, specifically at a point in the mountain at the very, very top. So I hiked a trail called Dragon's Tooth. Oh, I meant to send you this, but I didn't. Let's see.
So, for some context, Josh calls me as he's climbing through like the Dragon's Tooth asshole.
Did you see what that said?
At the very top. What did it say? Dragon's Tooth?
At the very top.
What is it?
The Appalachian Trail. So I was on the Appalachian Trail. So Dragon's Tooth is part of the Appalachian Trail. And at the very, very top, it's like if you want to continue the Appalachian Trail, it says like go this way. But it's like freaking 50 miles. I was like, I'm not going that way. But yeah, to piggyback on what Jay was just talking about, I was in the butthole of this mountain. Yeah, I was at the very top. So I was at the top of Dragon's Tooth, which is a trail in Christiansburg, Virginia. But then once you get to the top of the mountain, you can then get on top of the Dragon's Tooth, which is a big rock that looks like a tooth, and it comes to a point at the top of the mountain. So to get to the tippy top, you got to go through Dragon's Tooth. So I'm like going through this like big cluster of boulders to try and get to the top of this peak of the rock, and I was like, I'm gonna call Jay because I was like, I'm about to die. But yeah, so I FaceTime Jay because I want him to see this cool little crevice of a butt crack I was crawling through. And I had to, while on FaceTime, I was like spider crawling up these two rocks to get out of the little hole I was in. And I sent you the photos of me in coming out of the hole, but this was me. So once you come out of the hole, like somewhere down here, you can like scale up to the top of this and get to the top.
That's the Dragon's Tooth?
Yeah.
Fuck yeah.
So that was me up there. I was the only one ballsy enough to go up there because it's really easy. It's easy to go up to the top, but it's scary coming back down. And when you get to that peak right there, it's so windy. You get up there, it's kind of like, whoa, like it's a little windy. But yeah, that was sick. It wasn't too crazy of a hard hike, but
I'm gonna hold it some, okay?
You have to put it all the way in.
Okay. Just breathe out if...
Mom, can you just do it?
I know I shouldn't curse in front of my mom, but cauliflower ear sucks. I use Collie-Buddz ear magnets. I really wish I would have had these magnets, but my ears were messed up. These keep my cauliflower ear at bay. They're the original and best quality cauliflower ear magnets on the market. Step 1, drain your ear. Step 2, pick your buds. Step 3, put them on your ear. Make the right decision. Invest in these Collie-Buddz so your ears don't look like chicken nuggets like mine. Check them out on Amazon or colliebudz.com. I had ears. Train with your buds. Sick. I would like to do more dangerous things this year.
Yeah, I know, right? That's what I like. I went with Teresa and her brother, and like we were having a discussion of like, oh, like do you like trails that are hard or not hard? I'm like, dude, I like hard trails just because of like something's got to be dangerous, a little bit dangerous for me to have fun doing it. You know,
that makes you focus on.
Yeah, it makes you focus.
You don't think
thrill.
About anything else.
Yeah, there's risk involved. Yeah, right. It's like so. Yeah, I want to do more challenging hikes where it's like at Dragon's Tooth. There is a point where you do kind of rock climb a little bit, which is like probably my favorite part of the hike. That last part I was telling you about where you're crawling through the crevices, it's not really like rock climbing. It's more so just, you scale a wall a little bit and kind of walk through. But there's a point where you do kind of have to climb.
Yeah.
Like, but it's super easy because it's like just big like shelves coming out, so it's like an easy climb, but you do have to climb. And I was like, man, I want to do something that's just like, I don't know. If I slip, I die. If I slip, I'm dead.
It's a good. I mean, there's no other feeling like that.
No, there isn't.
Like I said, you have to focus on that.
You have to,
and like that draws away your attention from, I don't know, bills you have to pay.
Yeah, right.
Or like,
yeah,
you know, oh, I gotta get this gym up and going. No. You have to climb this wall and not die.
I like that video. I like that video. I think you sent it to me a while ago, I believe, but it was like a guy where he's been interviewed and he's asked that question. He's like, why do you like to do things that are dangerous or like blah, blah. And he goes, it just reminds me in life, like what real problems are.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like, he's like a professional BMX rider or something like that. So he's like doing crazy jumps over canyons and stuff. And he's like, after doing this for so long, if I'm in an airport and I'm running late for my plane or I miss my plane, it's like, this isn't that big of a deal. You know, like every day I deal with situations where if I do miss my plane, I'm dead. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah,
that's why I like it.
So you were gone for how long?
2 weeks. I left this December 17th and got back January 2nd. I got back late last night. My plane was freaking, we got on, so we went from Roanoke, Virginia to Illinois, in Chicago. And we get on our plane, and apparently our plane had... So, by the way, while I'm on this trip, I see a video of that plane crash in North Korea or South Korea, one of the two, where the plane just smashes into the wall. Oh, did you see that?
No.
A plane, like, it lands, and the landing gear gets jacked up when they land, so they can't, like, brake or stop. So the plane just keeps going and just runs into, like, this wall, and it was, like, 100 people dead or something like that. I see this video, like, 2 days before I'm leaving. I'm just like... Fuck. Like, dude, I'm not one to be afraid to fly, but I'm starting to have that thought now where I'm like, okay, the more you do something, the higher chances. Yeah. And I've probably flown more in these past 2 years than I have my whole life. Yeah. So I'm like, all right, I'm starting to get in those numbers where it's like, you know, if I fly 50 times, the chance goes, you know what I mean?
For sure. It is what it is.
Well, you say, yeah,
it is what it is.
Dude, I say that, but I'm like, man, if my plane's going down, I'm freaking out, dude. I'm busting open that door. I'm jumping out, trying to make something happen. But I see that video, and I was like, wow, that sucks for them. Like, someone in the comments, it was so true. I was like, man, imagine being afraid to fly, and the whole time you're nervous, and then you land, you're like, oh, ooh, we made it, and then you die. Like, that sucks. But the plane I got on to go from Chicago to Austin, we had to sit on the plane for like an hour before we could even move, because we get on and the person's like, yeah, or the captain's like, hey, a plane behind us just like shut down, like while it was trying to like come into a terminal. It like shut down and it's like stuck behind us, so we can't move until that plane gets towed out of our way. I was like, so a plane crashes this week, engine failure right behind me. I'm like, what's next? My plane? And so we sit there for a whole hour before we get off, and I was like, or before we lift off, and I was like, oh my God. We finally lift off, land in Austin, and because we're late, because of what happened in Chicago, our terminal's been taken. So we have to sit in a plane for another like 30 minutes until it opens up. Terrible. Yeah, so I'm just like, it was like an extra hour and a half on the plane that it was supposed to be. And I was like, this sucks. But at the same time, I'm like, well, I could have crashed the plane. You know, I am on the ground. And I got to watch Family Guy the whole time. So it was all right.
It wasn't too bad.
Yeah.
What's happened over here since you've been gone?
Yeah, what's been going on? What's been going on here?
Not too much. Just spent the holidays with the parents. Parents came over here.
Oh, that's right. They came. How'd the Christmas party go? I didn't get to attend this year.
I didn't attend it either.
Oh, you didn't?
Yeah, I was. What was I doing? The woman and I went ice skating, and then we went.
Oh, Nikki Ryan came out.
Yeah.
How'd that
Nikki
go?
Ryan and I.
How was that?
So Nikki Ryan came. He's incapable of ice skating. So what I had to do was hold his hand the entire time. And towards the end, I was like, I didn't say anything to him, but I was like, he's capable of doing this without my hand. He just wants to hold my hand.
Nice. Nikki and I have a bone to pick with him now.
Yes. Yeah, I mean, just I skating with the two of us and our woman, and then we went back and just made like dinner, just chilled.
Cool.
And
you did that the night of when there was a Christmas
Christmas
party
Eve.
going on here.
Yeah. And then
How long was your family in town for?
They were probably about 2 weeks, maybe a little bit less.
Oh, really?
Than that as well. Yeah.
So there for a while.
Yeah. So got a bunch of stuff done. Actually, looked at some properties with my dad. Trying to get somewhere with like, hopefully owning because we talk about investing money and whatnot, but it's like, fuck, why not just buy something like that? Because like I do want my own house. I could buy something.
So you went out looking at homes?
Yeah, just trying to get a gauge on like numbers and stuff, what to expect at certain price points and whatnot. It's very frustrating with housing because it's just like here is a certain price, but then you get the same property in another area, just greatly raises or drops the value.
Yep.
Depending on location. Location is everything.
Well, there's some new homes out in Georgetown, brother.
Yeah, so your place is gonna be looking towards getting your place by Georgetown, your gym.
Yeah. So yeah, I just got off the FaceTime meeting with the landlord of that building, and he just asked me a bunch of questions. I was sharp at the tongue when speaking to this man.
Why?
Because I'm just like that.
I see.
I mean, sharp at the tongue as far as like just I had my shit together.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Because you've been through this.
Yeah. I've been through it, talked to it. I know what I want. So every question he asked me, I know what I want. So, but they're asking me like one question that it didn't throw me off at all, but I hadn't had a realtor or landlord ask me yet. Is they're like, who would you say is your top competitors as far as jiu-jitsu gyms in this area?
Like the gym that I train out.
Yeah. I literally was like as far as competition to our gym or the B-Team brand, if we did do an affiliate, I was like, no one. I was like, no one's really a competitor toward with my gym or my skills.
Who was asking this? The landlord.
The landlord and the realtor. But ultimately, I told them probably the biggest competitor, which there is a gym close by, would be a 10th Planet in the area.
Was it like 10th Planet Oak Hill or something or no?
I'm not sure the exact name, but it's in Georgetown. It's pretty close to where our gym is or going to be if it is there.
Yeah.
Is 10th Planet. There's a Gracie Baja.
Fucking everywhere.
Yeah, they're everywhere. Saturated.
Oversaturated.
Diluted water.
Yes.
And some gym it's called like John's Jiu-Jitsu, some random dude, but like low-key has like a lot of members. Like,
really?
yeah, he's like it looks successful. And I was like, but really out of that whole group, probably 10th Planet has like the best vibe and big brand.
Yeah.
But I told him like what would set ours apart, and that I'm not really worried. So other than that, yeah, we talked about. Well, I kind of got off topic. What I was going to say.
Talking to the landlord and what's the process on that? Where you're at?
Oh yeah,
now?
so because it's in Georgetown, we'll probably plan on because I remember now I mentioned you getting a home in Georgetown because I was like we'll probably move a little bit out closer towards.
So you're gonna move you're gonna move whenever this thing?
I'm gonna move when our lease is up.
Here?
Our lease is up at my apartment now.
When's that?
August.
Okay.
So talking to the landlord today, I was like, he was like, are you trying to get your gym open by like March, April? I said, as soon as possible, honestly. But I want 3 months of free rent to give me time to get shit in the building and going.
Yeah.
So ideally, March, April is when I'd want to be at the end of the 3 months. You know what I mean? So like if it starts now, then come March, April is when like the payment actually starts. But I was like, regardless, whenever the lease is signed, I'm looking for the gym to be up and running 3 months after that date.
I see. And how did they feel about that?
He seemed really cool. I think the guy seemed really cool. His name was Dan. I don't know why that's funny, but fantastic name. It was just funny. But he's like, yeah, he's like, I trained jiu-jitsu like a few years ago. He's like, I'm not good or anything by any means, but it was cool. He was like, it was cool. I got choked out a bunch, blah, blah. And I was like, if this goes through, you have a free place to train. So how about we get this going?
Sick.
But yeah, so we'll see. So basically what I'm telling you is the only place you can look for homes is Georgetown.
I'll take a look.
Only where you're allowed to go.
Look, I'm trying to get land. I was looking at, just looking at some stuff, but it's like.
Do you know what areas you were looking in?
I was
Do you
just
know the
looking
names?
at this area. But I wouldn't be opposed to elsewhere near Austin.
Bastrop has a lot of land.
Yeah, that's what I was looking at as well. But like I said, it's just a matter of like, I don't know, getting the right price and getting a decent amount of land.
You know what would be a big baller move?
What? I don't have big baller money.
You don't need big baller money, you need big baller brain.
What is it?
So Elon Musk is coming into Austin. He's bringing a bunch of companies over here. He's bringing X or whatever the hell it's called, Twitter, and some other companies. What you need to do, you need to find out where he's going to be moving, build a house on that land, and then refuse to move unless he offers you a lot of money.
I see. Well, if you and I are catching wind that Elon Musk is moving into Austin, I'm going to go out on a limb and assume that he already knows.
You'd be correct.
Where he's putting
the land's
these
already bought.
That's a good idea, though.
Yeah.
About 2 years ago.
I was waiting. That's a good idea 2 years ago.
What else has happened while you've been gone?
Are you allowed to talk about your match coming up?
Oh, yes. Well, nothing's signed, so I can't really say.
Sure.
But yeah, I do have a potential match on Who's Number One. February 7th, the competition should be.
7th or 17th?
7th. Why?
I was just
It's soon.
pretty soon.
Yeah, it's like within a month or so. Competition February 7th. Hopefully, everything sounds good so far. Guy's been kind of cagey about signing a contract for some reason. I don't know why.
You say you tried getting a match with him before, right?
I did, and everything was signed, and then he pulled out. But seems like everything's working out now, so hopefully I get to compete February 7th. Very excited. Very excited to make some money. Very excited to do.
Very excited to make some money.
Yeah, I'm trying to fucking grind. Also haven't competed since Polaris. It was ADCC, Polaris right after that, and then I haven't competed since.
When was Polaris? Like October?
Polaris,
November? September.
So it's been, a few months, about 2, 3, 4 months. Just excited to just get out there.
Hold of someone.
Yeah, just fucking control someone and submit someone. I have next week I'll be teaching a seminar in Oregon. I've got about 5 ticket sales so far. This is not good. Guys, please, if you're interested and you're in Oregon, it's going to be a 2-day kind of camp style.
By yourself or with?
It'll just be me.
Just you? Oh, really?
Yeah,
2-day camp?
I'll just teach two seminars, about 2 hours of technique as well as another hour of training each day. Drilling, Q&A, and live training. And like I said before, my sponsor's over there, so we'll have some fun over there. Put on some night vision goggles, shoot some shit.
Who gave you this black eye? I need to know.
It was a wrestler guy from 10 Planet. I went to 10 Planet Open Mat, and I just...
Oh, you did?
Yeah, I just took him down and was like passing his guard or something.
The guy like redhead.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he's not too.
He's good. Yeah, he's good.
He's good. He's a little bit smaller than me, but he's pretty good.
Really, he's smaller than you?
I think so.
He's big.
He's big, bigger than you.
Yeah, I think so.
But I don't know. I feel like he looks like a 170 guy.
There's a guy.
Speaking of 170, if there's weight classes, right, for CJI,
brother,
Think about this. So
They're not putting me on that team.
so think about this. It's they're talking about Nicky Ryan and JoJo for the 77 spot. But I'm like, man,
I'm better than both those guys.
yes, but also JoJo's bigger than me. So
JoJo's gotten.
last time I saw him,
He said he's walking around like in the 90s. Wow, yeah, he's getting big.
And he's young. He's growing, right? So he's going to be much bigger than me.
Yeah.
So I feel like, shit, it might be better for me to cut to, just in theory. Like, I literally thought of this today because someone was talking about it. But I was like, damn, could I cut to 170 for JoJo to go
88?
88? Because it's not really like, actually, I'm not entirely sure. I don't know how it's gonna work.
What are the weight classes for that team?
That's what I'm saying. I don't know if it's a weight class thing or if it's like or if it's like a quintet style where it's overall weight, so it's a team weight, can't be over like
I like
this amount.
I like the weight classes way better.
I do as well, but
Just stupid for people to get.
but for quintet, if there's gonna be a quintet style where if you submit this guy and then the next guy comes in, weight classes doesn't really matter, bro.
True.
Doesn't really matter.
True. I think Aiga's done it the best way. Like dual style, weight class, win next. Like that's it's just so much. Like imagine people paying money to see B team compete, and there's chances you may not even get to watch your favorite grappler roll.
Yeah.
Like you get way more mat time and footage time of all the stars competing.
And you're
guaranteed to see these guys compete, and you're guaranteed to see these matchups. That's way better for spectators, in my opinion. Yeah. They know who they're going to see. They know the matchups they're going to see, and that they can get excited for.
Yeah,
you can get excited for anticipation. But if you really don't know what to get anticipated for, it's like you know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure.
But right now, I saw the team. Was that pretty serious about the team that they posted with Owen Jones?
Well, that wasn't
66.
That was just like theories. Like,
okay.
It was a hypothetical thing.
Okay.
It wasn't like guaranteed or anything.
I thought that was like what y'all were trying to put together as of right now.
I haven't talked to anyone about the fight. Yeah. If I'm in, I don't even know that I'm in.
I'm in.
Yeah.
They called the day before. Hey, you're in, brother.
Yeah.
That would be huge.
That'd be massive. It'd be a
new wave
really
B-Team showdown.
Yeah.
If that happened, oh my gosh.
Yeah. I'm assuming we're like pretty much the top two teams. I would assume. We're the most stacked team.
I don't know.
Who else is?
I saw some teams in there that I was like,
new wave. Who else has good teams?
Atos. They had Ritolos. Both Ritolo brothers. Kynan. Barbosa.
I stacked. Okay, so
that's stacked.
Atos, B-Team, New Wave, and then there's got to be at least one other team that's like, oh fuck.
I think Checkmat was pretty stacked. You have William Tackett, Andrew Tackett, and then there's like one or two other guys in there, El Monstro, and then there's some other guys. I kind of want to pull it up and look, but I remember seeing the Atos team, and I was like, that's a pretty stacked team.
Yeah.
Hypothetically.
Hypothetically. All of that is hypothetical, that whole post. Surely majority of those people are confused by the post. They're like, oh my God, the bracket's out already.
Yeah. Okay, here we go. Yeah. So this is the B-Team. Team
JoJo, Nicky Ryan, Owen Jones, JayRod, and Nicky Rod.
And then Team Africa. Team New Wave.
Team New Wave, stacked. Well, why would they have Taza at 77?
Well, that's the next thing. They're choosing between Taza, Davis Asari, or Gary Tonin.
I feel like Gary Tonen's probably... Actually, I don't know.
No. Everyone's saying don't put Gary in.
Really?
Yeah.
Why?
He's just... everyone was saying that he's just not, like, in the mix anymore.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, fair.
Like Asari and Taza, especially Asari, are just more on like a hot streak of just... going against the modern jiu-jitsu competitors, you know? Sure. But still, I mean, all three of those guys are good choices. Team celebrities, whatever. Team 10th Planet. That's
I don't know who that middle guy is.
me neither.
PJ Barch, Ryan Aiken, Andy, and
Gio.
Gio.
Daisy Fresh.
Daisy Fresh. This is a good team.
That's not a bad team. Yeah, UFC. I don't know if you wanted to see that, but this is the Atos team. That's stacked.
Atos. Oh yeah, and this guy. This
Perez.
Guy was, Perez. Yeah. That'd be sick as well. That's a good team.
That's a good team.
USA Wrestling. Honestly,
that could be
really fucking.
Yeah, that could be a hard team to beat. But this is a checkmat.
Checkmat. Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, yeah, that's a stacked team.
Team Misfits. That's gonna be me.
That's just a random team of. This. I don't think this is. They have Philippe and Pedro. That's not.
Yeah, I don't know who those guys are,
guys.
but PJ Legends. Oh, it's smoked.
Yeah.
I'm
Unity,
kidding.
I don't think. I mean, best guy on there is Roberto. I don't think any of these guys are.
No. Fight Sports could be a decent team.
Is that Wagner?
Yeah, it's Wagner, Mika, Cyborg, Diego, Reyes, and
Yeah, that could be a good team as well. So Fight Sports, Atos. That's not happening.
they'll fuck you up, bro.
No fucking chance that's happening. AOJ, this is a good team.
That's a stacked team right there.
Yeah, but they don't have a big guy. Like they don't.
True.
They have three. Fucking,
You've already beaten this guy,
Yeah, I mean,
this
I
guy,
fought three of those,
and then
Yeah, I
both
fought-
these guys beat your ass.
Yeah. I fought-
That's a pretty good team.
Yeah, I think their only thing is weight. They're
Yeah, they're smaller.
You gotta have a fucking big boy
Honestly, dude, it would be a lot of good matchups.
for sure.
But I'm definitely my top 3 teams I'm seeing is B-Team New Wave and that Atos team,
Atos
and then AOJ.
Yeah,
Those are your top 4 seeds right there.
checkmats.
Checkmat's pretty good too. Yeah.
Pretty good too. Like there's so many good.
That's
so
what I'm
much
saying,
good
dude.
potential.
You do like dual style weight classes matchup.
Yeah.
Like you're seeing some fire matches.
Yeah, for sure. I think I see what you're saying. The CJI or the quintet layout does also allow for more. Like you're saying, the fans are relying on the like guaranteed. Okay, we're gonna see JayRod fight Tynan.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, but also we could see JayRod face fucking
Like Felipe Pena.
Felipe Pena.
Yeah,
Exactly. So that is like
That's also exciting.
The anticipation. Oh fuck, who's walking out next?
True.
Who's walking out next?
True. That's a good point as well. Yeah. So it's a double edged sword. You have the mystery behind quintet style, but then you have we saw like one guy take out 3 dudes.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like we didn't get to see half the team compete. So it's a mixture. But a lot of those teams are y'all are all so good to where it would be a good mixture. It wouldn't be one guy taking out the multiple people,
For
you know.
Sure. Yeah.
But I was a little surprised. You think they would put in Owen over Ethan?
Yeah, I don't know how the layout's gonna be. Also, I don't know how much they value. Like, how would they not have Ethan be, considering he's literally an owner of B Team?
He's like B Team. Owen's like
B.
partial.
He does
B
camps
team.
at B Team, but he's not like full. You know.
Yeah, he doesn't train there full
I don't
time.
know. Yeah.
Yeah. He has his own. He literally has his own gym.
Yeah.
That he's about to open
exactly,
up and stuff too. Yeah.
Alliance or something.
Yeah.
Or I mean, I'm not opposed to the wrestle off style thing.
Yeah, I noticed Jiu-Jitsu doesn't really do that.
Yeah, no, it's
The hand pick.
One, because it's like the hand pick, as well as I don't know. Yeah, I mean, I'm not opposed to the wrestle off style, but at the same time, for someone like Ethan, Ethan is literally an owner of B-Team.
Yeah, he's literally one of the guys on the team.
Yeah. And they would if they were to put in someone that isn't. Owen just does camps at B Team.
Yeah. And aside from that too, I mean, they're both really good.
Absolutely.
When I roll with Ethan, man, when he's like on prime, like in camp,
when he's healthy,
out of
ribs hurt.
Literally out of all the people I roll with, everyone, you included, Nicky Rod included, the thought in my head passes through my head the most when I go with him of like, how does how does he lose? Like, that's it passes. I think that sometimes with a lot of people, but that comes in my head the most when rolling with him. It's like, man, he's good, dude. Like, man,
Ethan's very good. He just has such a unorthodox style.
Yes.
It just throws you the fuck off.
It
throws you off.
The way his body moves sometimes, I'm like,
I see him move and I'm like, wow, he has such a healthy like torso, such a healthy spine.
yeah.
Like he just
It just,
like a
it
fucking
literally
slinky.
works in like two different ways. It's like his legs and his torso are completely separate from each other. Like,
his back escapes and shit. You guys ever see him do a spinning back escape or turning back escape, bro? It's gnarly.
Yeah,
It's gnarly.
I'll see him roll. I mean, and I see people, big name guys who come in and visit B-Team, and like Ethan will destroy them in practice.
Yeah.
Like in practice, he'll destroy them.
Yep.
And I roll with him. And I also go against these high-level guys that visit, and I go with high-level guys every day just who train at B-Team. And I'll go with Ethan. I'm like, God, dude, I don't see how people beat this guy.
Yeah.
So when he loses, I'm just like,
Competition different.
yeah, it's different, dude. Yeah, it's different. It is different. You gotta be able to compete at that same level.
Mm-hmm.
But even some of his matches he's lost are still like almost a little frustrating to watch because it's like,
Bro, the Cisneros one is...
the Cisneros, that one, but the one he lost to Diego Pato.
I didn't get to see that. I was busy.
Bro,
Fucking...
so Diego Pato made it to the finals, and the guy he lost to in the finals was a few months prior. He put it on him, Diego Reyes, whatever his name is. And you see Ethan going with Diego, who's like, in my opinion, has some of the best leg locks right now. Dude, it's just so sticky. Pato, yes.
Yeah.
He's the one that leg locked Dante and like, anyways, Ethan's just working this guy. Like, just his leg pummeling was so high level against Diego Pato, and Ethan ended up getting subbed like literally 20 seconds left in the match, and the whole time Ethan just looked butter smooth, and then gets submitted. I'm just like, fuck.
Yeah.
Like, come on, that was against the finalists right there, and it's frustrating to watch.
Yeah. Yeah, Ethan is most definitely... Man, he's just good. He's just good.
If his wrestling got to like the level of like a Dorian or me, God, that's scary.
It'd be hard to fucking
If that dude, if his wrestling can get to a point where he gets more looks at your back from the feet, dude, that's scary.
Yeah, his wrestling has improved a lot over the past year or so.
Yes, it has.
It's just a matter of him fucking staying healthy and stuff.
Yeah, his knees banged up,
bugging him and whatnot. But, exciting possibilities.
A lot of exciting, and that would be this August.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, this August. I got a busy year. Some reason. All right. Yeah, I got a busy year.
Trials will be this year too,
I'm
right?
not doing trials, brother. We got to do it.
Yeah, I was gonna say you're not doing it, but I was like, trials will start the end of this year.
I would assume so.
Would you still go?
It depends. If
If
you guys,
if I begged you, would you go?
I'll go.
If I begged you,
Done.
please, please come with me. Watch me win my 2 matches, please.
Yeah, I'm down for sure. I'm down. What else is going on? I am trying to set stuff up for Egypt. Nikki Ryan wants to go, but Nikki Ryan's like also for some reason hard to get in contact, even if you're his closest friend.
It's like sending a pigeon out, like to get a letter back, and you just don't know when you're going to get it. Do you think all the CJI people are going to have to do trials?
What do you mean, like
the people who didn't go to ADCCs? Would they have to do trials? You think?
Oh, you're saying people like that were already supposed to go into ADCC,
but they chose CJI. Technically, they didn't medal.
I think, when Mo was in charge, he said if you leave ADCC,
you're doing trials.
You're doing trials, yeah. But he's not in charge anymore.
So that's confirmed.
From what I've heard, I don't know if
wow.
I don't keep up with the drama or anything. So maybe this could just be like. He said, she said. I don't know. I really don't keep up.
Have you heard who is taking his place? No, I haven't heard either.
No, I hope. I don't know what's in store for ADCC. We will see.
We will see.
We will see. Regardless, the trials is still going to be a fucking gauntlet.
Yes, of course.
You know, everyone at the end of the day still wants to
have
be
that
there.
accolade
So,
of yeah.
So yeah, ADCC is gonna, or ADCC trials is gonna be massive. What else? Oh, I took my dad to the range.
Oh, nice.
Took my dad to the range. I got to shoot the rifle that Killer Defense sent me.
You mean the pistol?
Pistol. So if you guys don't know, Killer Defense is a new sponsor of mine. I talk about them every now and again now. They make, they sell night vision goggles, body armor, a bunch of accessories for firearms. If you're into shooting shit, they got anything you can think of. So they sent me a few goodies. Sent me a rifle. I put some attachments on there that he also sent me. Got a little flashlight and shit. It's fucking sick.
I think I don't think I've seen it on the gun, but I think I saw it when
I'll
it
show
came
you
out.
after this. But yeah, it's awesome. I finally got to shoot it, and it's beautiful. It is beautiful.
It feels good when you shoot it.
It feels very nice.
Wow.
It was very nice. I took my dad to go shooting. Obviously, we're shooting with a rifle, and I also have a handgun. Run out of ammo on the handgun, so I'm like, okay, let me reholster this, right? So I lift my shirt up. I'm right next to my dad shooting the rifle. I lift my shirt up, and I go to put my handgun into the holster. And as I'm putting the handgun into the holster, it's completely empty. There's no rounds in there. And the shell from my dad shooting the rifle flings out and goes boop and just hits me right there.
Oh my gosh. What?
And it got stuck on my holster.
Zoom in on his cock. Zoom in on it.
Stuck on my holster.
That's crazy.
And the bastard burned the shit out of me.
What are the odds of that?
I don't know. Maybe I'm just retarded.
So you literally pull your thing.
I pull my shirt up
and then boom.
Quickly put my handgun into the holster, and just a shell flings out from my dad's rifle. And just
I'm assuming it hurt like instantly.
It hurt instantly, but I was like, remain calm. You have a firearm in your hand. So I put the handgun away calmly, remove the fucking
Was it bleeding?
shell. It wasn't bleeding, but it
Probably
just
got cauterized
burnt and like blistered. And then days later, it's like this. And when I sweat or I take a shower, it gets all like filmy, and then the film like
dang,
flies off. Yeah, it's very disgusting.
Wow.
It is not infected yet.
Yeah.
I'm trying to take good care of it. So
dang, I didn't realize
they're that hot.
That hot.
They are that hot. I found out.
I can confirm.
I found out. What else? What else has happened? I told you I built some shit.
Oh yeah.
Built some shit. Built a shelf.
I come back. This dude's black eye, burned, freaking lost.
You left me here.
Lost without me. Only killed himself twice apparently.
Oh man.
That reminds me of the cheese scar I have on my chest. I have a scar on my chest from getting burned by cheese.
From cheese that you were eating.
Yeah, the Hot Pocket.
Jesus Christ. Did you bit it and then on the other
dripped.
end?
That hurt.
Dripped. Fuck.
That actually hurt.
Wow.
Yeah, so that's definitely going to leave a scar.
Hot Pockets, brother.
Yeah.
Damn. I've been trying to not spend as much money.
Really?
Because I have the same goal of making the same amount of money, but I want to have more saved rather quicker. And I'm trying to do so by being more conscious of my money, where my money's going and whatnot. Because I guess I have had a tendency of just being like,
let me buy a truck.
I had to buy the truck.
Yeah, that's a good purchase. That's a good purchase.
Buying a Ford Raptor was not a good purchase financially, but I was going to make that purchase down the line anyways. So I was like, all right, fuck it. I'm going to get the truck I want, and I'm not going to fucking buy 3 other trucks in the meantime and never feel like fulfilled until I get the Raptor. I'm just going to buy the Raptor now. I can afford it. I'm going to fucking... The reason why I'm buying a vehicle in the first place is so my credit looks better, so I have credit history and whatnot, because I had absolutely no credit history. So building credit history, getting raped by interest, looking to refinance. If anyone can, pay off my truck, please help me. We need a sponsor.
Yes, we are
So
we're begging for your help.
we do need a sponsor. Ideally something like monthly or whatever. But also we could do, or we have another sponsor that we're trying to, we have to refilm.
Yeah, I was gonna say I feel bad for
we have to get
not
on that.
having that content.
There's been a lot going on.
Yeah, at the end of the year, it's been I emailed that guy and I told him, it's been real hectic. I've been out of town. Jay's been out of town. Christmas, New Year, it's just like. But once I'm back, I'm like, all right, we gotta get shit going. Like when I get back.
I like it. Right back to fucking work.
Yeah.
Back to the grind.
Mm-hmm.
How long have we gone?
46.
Did you hear?
46.
Did you hear that there was a shooting in Austin?
Really?
Yeah.
Damn. Too bad I wasn't there. I was fucking strapped.
Yeah, it was a shooting in. The headline just said shooting in Austin Mall. I don't know what mall it was in, but there's a few malls in Austin.
Yeah.
So I'm not sure which one it was in, but I was like, oh crap.
Wow.
Shooting in Austin. I think it was like within the last week or so. Yeah.
Damn. What I do is I just don't tune into the news or anything like
My
that.
dad texted me this. I
Oh,
didn't see it.
really?
Yeah, he was like, oh, you see a shooting in Austin? I'm like, yeah, I know. I killed the guy. He's dead.
Do you carry every day?
When I go out with Teresa, I do.
Do you feel comfortable with carrying it now?
100%.
Yeah.
I think I'm lethal as hell. In reality, I'm not. But
Yeah.
I feel comfortable having it on my body.
Yeah.
But as far as like super efficient with it, no.
That's
that's a work in progress. But comfortable, yes, I've gotten comfortable with it.
Handling it, having it on you.
Yeah, I still need to get a holster. People are giving me.
Oh, you don't have a holster?
No, people are giving me shit for that. Actually, I'm gonna go home and order one today. Actually,
What do you care? How are you carrying it? You just fucking, bang, right there. You just walk around.
this thing, dude.
I have a license.
No, I have a satchel that whenever I carry with me, I have a satchel that sits in the satchel.
Okay,
Kinda
even that is still kind of sketchy because if you have other stuff moving around in there,
I
and
never
shit.
carry anything else in that bag besides the gun.
Okay.
I never put anything
You
else
have
in it.
safety on. You have safety.
Glock
on,
doesn't have safety.
Oh yeah, same.
But
same here.
I because I carry it in a satchel, even though it's by itself in there, I never have one in the. I never have a one racked.
Yeah. I don't leave one in the chamber either.
Yeah, but if I had a holster, maybe I would have one.
Leave one in the chamber.
Leave one in the chamber,
Yeah.
but because I don't have it holstered, I don't have it racked.
Yeah, it's sketchy. And I'm like, we're like just learning how to get comfortable with the firearms, and these people are like, oh, you gotta leave one in the chamber. I get it. One, if something actually happens, I'm probably not gonna fucking engage in a fucking firearm,
1v1
or 1v1. I'm probably gonna do my best to avoid the situation.
Yeah.
And then if it's unavoidable,
Yes. That's what I was thinking too with the whole one racked and one not racked is like when owning a gun, it's very important to have the skill of being very vigilant. So like being very aware of your surroundings.
Yeah.
So typically when something's about to happen, I can see it coming.
yeah.
A lot of times, like I just pick up on stuff very well as far as my surroundings. But obviously there will be those times where something could happen and it's just like, didn't see it coming. You need to pull it out and be able to shoot, but I don't think that's as common.
Yeah.
So I'm not too worried about that. But I will go home tonight and I will buy a holster because I really need one.
They're like, I mean, some of them are cheaper, but some of them can get kind of expensive.
Which one did you buy?
I have a Tenacore. Tenacore sent me actually. They sent me
okay,
a
sick.
holster and a T-shirt. How sweet of them. And it's, I mean, I can't really compare, but I have my sponsor and other friends. They have good experiences with Tenacore, so that's why I went with them. And it's strong as fuck. I love it. I love it.
That's cool.
I have so Killer Defense sent me a everyday carry belt. So I have a belt, and the holster goes, obviously clips right onto that belt, but it's just like the belt's super strong and sturdy, and when you slide that holster on, it goes, oh, nice.
Is it comfortable wearing a holster?
It's pretty comfortable. Yeah, I mean, as comfortable as I can imagine.
Yeah.
Having a fucking pretty much a block just right here. It's not like it's not gonna be the most comfortable thing.
Yeah.
I don't know how people drive with holsters. Like I can walk around and like do activities with it, but if I'm just sitting down driving, I'm taking my gun out the holster and putting it on.
Yeah, that would be that'd be uncomfortable to do it like that.
Yeah. Have you had any encounters with your Lord and Savior Jesus Christ?
I was just about to bring that up. Was the next topic I was going to jump on was I mentioned that new Bible I got that was gifted to me during Christmas.
Sick.
10 times easier to read.
Why?
10 times.
Why?
It's just in like modern English. It's like it's not like a bunch of metaphors and a bunch of like old English.
Like a fucking puzzle to solve.
Yeah, no, it's like it's very simple words spoken like how we would speak.
Yeah.
Right. And so I restarted the Bible because I forget what chapter I was in on the previous book I was reading, but I was about 50 pages in. I decided to restart just because the messages are so much more clear in this book. So I started reading. I already finished Genesis while I was at home, which is the first chapter or first book.
Damn. So at what point during your travel are you finding time to read the Bible?
So while I was at home, I just read it a little bit before I'd go to bed.
Okay. So just right before you go to sleep. Yeah.
Yeah.
I see.
Right before I went to bed, I was only going to plan to read one page like I'd done previously, but it was so much easier to read. I could read multiple pages.
Really?
Yes.
Fuck.
It was like I was reading like a regular book, and I was like, oh, this is like so much less brain power to read.
Wow.
So I read whole through Genesis in one sit down.
Wow.
Yeah, which is like
Holy
few pages. It was so much easier, dude.
Noted.
Yeah.
Yes. Send me the info for that book. I'll fucking buy the book.
Yeah.
I need.
Really, really nice book. So yeah, after reading that, I was like, okay, it almost makes it a little bit more enjoyable, honestly.
Yeah.
Because I can like comprehend what's going on. So it's like I'm like learning stuff. I'm like, oh, okay, like, oh, this is what that meant. It's just why couldn't it just been like this in the first place? But because, it was different time, different culture. But as far as like, getting closer with my faith on this trip, not really. It's probably still the same. But I did talk about it a lot on this trip.
Why?
Just there's people I came in contact with just throughout my family that they weren't really big into religion or Jesus or stuff my whole life, and here recently they are. So they kind of would bring it up more while I was home.
Why do you think that is?
It's hard to stay away from the truth. I think that's why. But some of them it sounded like, which this could just be me being vain, but it sounds like some of them were a little bit more intrigued from watching the podcast.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Sick.
I got that vibe a little bit. Just some of them, I guess, noticed me talking about it a lot, and let me look into it a little bit. And now they're kind of a little bit into it.
That's good.
Yeah, that's the case. Then hell, I've done my job, I guess. But yeah. So I talked about it a lot with people that I've never talked about it before in my life, just because they're a little bit more not concerned,
like open-minded.
Yeah, intrigued about it. So that was cool. What about you? Going to hell. Aren't we all?
I read it a little bit. I read it while I think first few days after you had left. I don't know why, but those few days I had a bit more time in my day, and just I have the time. Mm-hmm. It's just a matter of taking the time to like, okay, I'm gonna.
It's hard to force yourself to read something you don't even understand.
It's hard. Yeah, like I'm
not that enjoyable
to find something to understand.
That this specific Bible will change that 100%.
Sick. Yeah,
I didn't even know about it until this person like.
What is it called?
It's called like the NVC Bible or something like that. It's like new volume something where it's like it's rewritten in more of like modern day
Like Dr.
English.
Seuss.
Yeah. It's for children, so it works perfect for me. But yeah, I can send you a picture of like the side of the book. It has exactly what it is.
Yeah.
I'll
But
yeah, it would definitely help.
Yeah, I need it. I need it for sure.
What were you saying though?
I completely forgot.
You said you were just trying to find time to read
Oh,
it,
yeah,
or
just
read it a little bit.
Yeah. I just read a little bit. Read a couple days. Once again, not too much. I can only read like 2 pages and be like.
I went to church a lot while I was home.
You went to church
A lot.
I want to go to church.
I went to church a lot. Went to church Sunday with my grandpa. And then went to church 2 or 3 times in Christiansburg.
You have to pay to go to this? So what is it?
It's free. Anyone can show up.
You just walk in.
You just walk in.
And what? They're like, who are you?
No.
Really?
Yeah.
Like, welcome, brother.
The only thing that is, I guess, intimidating when going to different church, which is why people would rather go to like a non-denominational church or this church rather than that, is out of all the churches, I will say the most intimidating church to go to would probably be a Catholic church.
Why?
Because there's a lot of tradition in Catholic religion. And it's like, hey, this is what we've been doing since the beginning of time. We still do it. Like, it doesn't change. So it is a lot of like, you'll look around and people like know what to do in the middle of the mass, and you won't know what to do. So it's a little awkward.
Yeah.
You know, that's the only thing. Even I've there's still things that will happen in the church, and I'm like, oh, do I sit down now? Do I stand up now? Like, do I, like, you know what I mean? It's like, what sign do I make? I can't remember all of it, but at the end of the day, no one gives a shit.
Yeah.
Like, no one cares. If you're at the right church.
Yeah.
But, yeah, so I went to Catholic church or Catholic mass, like 3 or 4 times while I was home, just because my fiance's family is religious and they're Catholics. So we went to,
So they're Catholic.
yeah.
But you're Christian.
I'm Catholic, so Christian is like
It's like a branch
it's
of...
like yeah,
I was trying to just
all the
decipher.
different religions are like under the umbrella of like Christianity. Like, you're a Christian.
So... This shit's fucking confusing.
It is confusing.
So you can be... so it's one of those things where a rectangle is a square, but not all squares are rectangles.
Yes.
So
If I'm not mistaken, I know a lot, and there's still things that I don't know at all. But I'm pretty sure, like, if you believe Jesus is God, you're a Christian.
But you can't always be Catholic.
Correct. You can be a Christian, but you can be a Baptist. You can be a Catholic. You can be non-denominational, that stuff. But the second you go into a religion where you don't believe in Jesus as God, then you're not a Christian.
Monkey understand.
But so just going to church, it's interesting because it's you kind of start to notice that being a good person is not what gets you into heaven. And typically it's a hard pill for a lot of people to swallow, but the more you go to church and the more you read it, it is true. It's like being a good person makes doing the things you're supposed to be doing a lot easier, but it's like, it's literally written in stone. Moses found the 10 Commandments, but it's literally written in stone, but also in the Bible and stuff. It's like, you want to get into heaven, you do this, 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 and this, and this. And none of them have...
Do you know those things?
The 10 Commandments, I don't know off the top of my head, but they're simple. It's like don't murder, don't commit adultery, which is like cheating on your wife. Something about lying is on there, or like to do with like lust. I'd have to look it up.
So
but
what are the differences between the 10 Commandments and the 7 deadly sins?
I think it's the 10 Commandments are like, do this, it's a mixture of do this or don't do this, or the 7 deadly sins are like don't do this. Like they're sins that are supposed to be like, hey, if you commit one of these sins, you need to confess to God, or you need to have a discussion with the man about what you're dealing with these. Because if you have a problem with one of these 7 deadly sins that you're in battle with, for example, let's say it's adultery, right? So like I keep cheating on my wife, I keep cheating on her, and it's something I can't deal with. Those are one of the 7 deadly sins. You need to be having a discussion with God about one of these. That's what. But it's like, oh, I don't know. I stole my brother's candy bar off the table. Okay, that's not a 7 deadly sin. Like, who cares about that? You know,
Greed. It's greed.
Greed. That's true. Yeah, it's
anything can kind of be like.
Yeah, pride is one of it. Pride, gluttony, sloth.
Is it lust?
Something to do with lust. But sloth is like being lazy. A gluttony is like taking more than overindulging. Yeah, overindulging. I'm kind of curious what the 10 Commandments are now. But basically, the point I was trying to make was going to church quite a bit while I was at home. Was like, man, it's, you know, God Himself was like, hey, do this. And the reason why you do it is because they're the commands from me, you know, and you do this, you'll be fine. Is it good you help the old lady cross the street? Yeah, but that's not getting you into heaven.
I see.
These are the 10 Commandments. You shall have no other gods before me. You shall not make idols. You shall not misuse. Oh yeah, that's a big one. that was one when my grandpa got on me for this, actually.
Really?
Yeah.
What is it?
He didn't like I did this. You shall not misuse the name of the Lord your God. So using the God's name in vain.
So how are you using His name in vain?
I use it. I have a bad habit of saying like the GD word, like God. Or being like Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
Those 2 things are like one of the 10 Commandments you don't do. And I was
Really?
like, really? I was like,
oh God, yeah, I'm not.
I was like, yeah. I was like, oh God, brother. I say that every day. Yeah, my grandpa called me out on it.
Yeah.
And he was like, don't do that. Like, you have a billion words in a dictionary. Don't use God's name in vain.
Yeah.
And I was like, all right.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Remember the Sabbath day by keeping it holy.
What is
That's
that?
going to church on Sunday. Honor your father and your mother. So your real mortal parents. You shall not murder. You shall not commit adultery. You shall not steal. You shall not give false testimony. And you shall not covet, which is like cheat on your wife.
Covet is cheating on your wife?
I believe so.
So then what's adultery?
It might just be lust itself. Let me look up.
Hey Siri. What's adultery?
Do y'all know? Put down in the comments if you know.
This chick just can't fucking understand what I'm saying. Huh?
Siri.
I thought this was New Year.
Oh, okay. So this could mix with adultery. This is the reason why I said it's like cheating on your wife, because this is the most common thing that happens with covet. Is it means do not intensely desire or crave something that belongs to someone else.
I see.
So it could be anything, but most of the time it involves a woman.
I see. What if it's someone else's belt?
You're done, brother.
I want to win. I'm going to take this man's belt.
I'm going to take this man's... The one I deal with the most is using the Lord's name in vain. Is one I really need to work on. And like pride. That's a hard one. That's one of the 7. That's not one of the 10 Commandments, but it's a 7 deadly sin. That's hard. It's trying to be prideful when you learn like this and you're this wrong.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Interesting. I would like to. I was looking at churches. I don't know which one to go to. Or
I'm currently trying to find a church to go to like full time. Yeah.
Whenever you find one.
Yeah. If I find one, you can come with me.
Yeah,
and if you don't like the Catholic Church, and you can find one just your own. Because at the end of the day, you know, it is your journey. So you find.
I guess, but I would like to. I don't know, some sort of guidance.
Yeah.
Would be helpful.
Yeah, it is better to go with people,
Yeah.
especially when you go. If you go to a Catholic church by yourself for the first time, it's like, what the hell do I
Spooky.
do? Yeah, it is spooky. It's like, what? Because you have people. So I'll give you some examples going to Catholic church. So one thing, you walk in the door, right? They're getting ready. They're getting the mass ready. There's holy water at the next to the doors, and you don't have to do this, but it's what you're supposed to do. You come in, you dip your fingers in the holy water, and you give the sign of the cross as you walk in. That's like one of the things that's people would be like, oh, what do I do here? You know what I mean? And then you go to your pew or your row, wherever you want to sit. You just go sit down. And then there will be like a certain way the mass always starts with like a certain sequence of prayers. And then at the end of the sequence of prayers, you'll have like the priest talk like a sermon or something, basically like the message of the day, where he'll use verses from the Bible and talk about them and explain them to you, blah, blah, blah. And then toward the end of that, you'll, this is the hardest part for me because I have bad knees, but there's a point in the mass where you kneel on your knees on, it's like a cushion thing that folds out from the seat in front of you. So it's cushioned. You just kneel down and you're on your knees, and they go through like a sequence of prayers or whatever. You stand up, you'll sing a song that's from the Bible. You'll go back down to your knees, and then they'll start communion. Where communion is where they do the. Have you heard of communion? Because a communion is where they have the bread, where like Jesus talks about the Last Supper, where he splits the bread, the Last Supper in the Bible, and he's like, "This is my body, this is my blood. You shall receive." It's a whole thing in the Bible. Basically, you replay that scene from the Bible in the church, because according to the Bible, Jesus tells you to. This is what you do. So people get up. This is the most awkward part of a Catholic mass. It's really awkward for me. Is people start standing up, and you go to the front, and the priest will give you this piece of bread, and Catholic people believe that that's like the body of Christ. Like this is the body of Christ, and he gives it to you, and you eat it, and you give the sign of the cross, and you walk back and go back to your seat, right? And everyone just kind of going up row by row to receive communion. Now, if you have not gone to confession or confessed your sins that are on your soul, then you're not supposed to receive communion. So it's very humbling and embarrassing when you go up and you don't receive it, because
I see.
When
So you're not allowed to.
you're not supposed to. A lot of people do because they're fake. You know what I mean?
I see.
You have a lot of people who
But
are fake.
So you have to confess your sins too.
So here's the tricky part, which I don't quite understand myself. I'd want to talk to a Catholic priest about it. But Catholics believe if you go to confession, where you'll go to a meeting with a priest and you'll confess to him all your sins
In the box.
in the box. Hey, I cheated on my wife yesterday. And he'll take you through prayers. Some of them will kind of just talk to you about it. Like why are you doing that? You know, and blah, blah, blah. And he'll give you verses of the Bible and like to kind of give proof of what he's saying of like why you're not supposed to do that, blah, blah, blah. And once you do that, then you can see for communion. So at my high school, we had confession every Wednesday, and then we had mass at the end of the week. So as long as you don't sin between those days, you should be good. You know, but in the Bible, it does not mention anything about having to confess your sins to a priest.
So when did this become a thing?
That's to Catholics, like I said, it's more just tradition, right? It's more so of just you use a priest almost as like a tool, right? It's like I could screw this bolt off with my fingers, but why not use a wrench? It's a little bit easier. So it's like you can try and talk to God yourself, or you can go through someone who knows how to talk to him, and he'll talk to him with you, right? But you don't, according to the Bible, you don't need a priest. And another thing that confuses me is at the beginning of each mass in the Catholic Church, you confess your sins to God. That's one of the prayers you say. It's like, I confess, Almighty God, to you, my brothers and sisters, blah, 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 blah.
So that itself
It should be.
Should be.
In my eyes, it
confession.
should be. Right? So you are confessing.
Yeah.
So why can't I receive communion?
I see.
When at the beginning of each Mass, we confess our sins. That's something I want to ask a priest because I don't know that myself.
Let's ask.
Yeah, I want to go find out. But anyway, that's probably the most awkward part because if you're real, like I am, you go up and you cross your arms like this, and you don't receive communion, and the priest just blesses you, and you walk away.
So you don't eat the bread.
You don't eat the bread, because it's almost like you're not worthy, like your soul's tainted, you know.
They also won't let you eat the bread if you reach for it too.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. So you're not supposed to reach for it. You either. I'm not doing this, but some people get down on their knees and open their mouth. I'm not doing that, dog. I'm not doing that.
That's
but
a bit much.
Yeah, a very small percent of people do that.
Yeah.
It's like the super like tryhards do that. I'm sorry if I'm not calling you a tryhard, but I am. What like 99% of people do is you go up and you just go like this, and they put it in your hand, and then you eat it. That's what pretty much everyone does. But yeah, you don't reach and grab it. He blesses it and he gives it to you. But I couldn't tell you the last time I had communion.
Yeah. Wow.
I couldn't tell you the last time, brother. I go up and was like.
But you just do that because you don't know if you have to confess your sins or if what you were saying about confessing your sins in the beginning.
Yes. So every time I go to church, I always have sin on my soul.
Yeah.
Because I sleep with my fiance and we're not married.
Mm-hmm.
That's adultery. That's a sin.
Yeah.
So it's like you can't receive communion after that unless you confess.
Yeah.
And I'm like, well, I confessed at the beginning of the Mass.
Your question is,
could that be considered confession?
Yeah.
Exactly. So I need to clear that up to understand that. But at the end of the day, it's like, I believe at least that could be counted as confession, or it's like a form of confession to the Bible is also just confessing to God in a prayer of your own.
I see.
And I think another form of
so you could just do it on your own.
Another form of confession, I believe, according to the Bible, is if I were to tell you my sins, because in the Bible it talks about people who are Christian as like a priesthood, that we're all priests. If you're a Christian and you believe in God, and like it's called like the brotherhood or priesthood, and it talks about. I'll send you the quote if you want the proof and stuff, but it talks about like confessing your sins to a priest, and then another like the line under it talks about how all men are part of priesthood. All God-fearing men are considered like part of this priesthood. So some people interpret it as if I were to talk to you and be like, hey Jay, I'm having a problem, cheating on my wife. Like I don't know, blah blah. And you confess it to someone. You feel bad about it.
That's technically confession. Confession. Why wouldn't it?
Through this interpretation of the Bible, it could be, yes.
I see.
So I'd like to clear that up with like a priest or talk to people about that. But
whenever you end up going, I'm down to.
Yeah.
I don't know what to look for. I tried going, but I was so confused on like.
he walked up. He's like,
no. I was like looking different churches up, and I was like, I don't know what to look
he went to
for.
some cult church. He walked up, and they're like, all right, open your hand. And Jay's like, all right. They just cut his hand open, the blood. He's like, I don't know if I'm supposed to be here. Oh gosh.
God.
But yeah, no, I'll let you know. I've been that's another thing I'm not really good at is going to church on Sundays. It gets hard. I mean, y'all listening, y'all know, everyday life. It's hard.
Yeah.
Getting up early. It's so hard.
What time is it?
And there's different times. For the most part, a lot of churches have like 3 different masses you can go to in the morning. So it's like 8:15, 10:15, like 11:15.
Okay.
So you have like 3. You have 3 shots to make it. So
it's
yeah,
like an hour long.
yeah, it's like an hour.
I see.
But yeah, if I find one, I'll let you know.
Yeah.
I'm trying to look too.
Yeah, for sure. We should go Sunday.
We should go Sunday.
I'm serious. I'm very serious.
I'm down. I'm down. I need someone to hold me accountable as well. Just be like,
let's go.
I'm
I'll
down.
hold you accountable. Where are we at for film time here? We've been talking about God for a while.
I got lost.
We
Got lost in translation.
Hour 15.
All right.
All right, we'll wrap her up for you guys.
Not for the holy talk. I'm sorry,
Yes,
guys.
We'll save it for next time. As always, thank you guys for tuning into the Dawg House Podcast. Thank you guys for supporting the companies that support us. Collie Buds, and we have another one in store for you guys.
We're working on it. We promise.
Dropping soon. Yeah, dropping soon. If you guys have anything to comment down below and any content or ideas you guys would like us to see, drop a comment down below. Let us know. What emoji should they drop down below?
Drop. I don't know.
Drop a money bag emoji.
I like that.
Money bag emoji.
Drop the money bag. That's what we need the most.
That's what we're looking for. Thank you guys for tuning into the Dawg House Podcast. We will see you on the next one.
Peace.
Bye-bye.